Hello, Jim here again. Thanks for tuning into Contrary Fuchsia for my Plant of the Week segment. This week I'm going to talk to you about Helebores. And Helebores, we probably know them better as Christmas rose, Lenten rose, winter rose, Lenten rose, it's Lent. So that's why, and it flowers this time of the year. The one that usually we associate with Helebores, and particularly with Lent, is a plant called Helebores nigra, which means black. Hellebore is a Greek word. I think it means injured food. I don't know where the origin of injured food comes from, but I do know that nigra means black. And it's not black though, the leaves are really dark green, and they look almost black. So that's the one that we most associate with hellebores at this time of the year. But there are about 20 different species, most of which flower around now, and they really are lovely herbaceous perennial plant, and they should be treated as a herbaceous perennial as you grow them. Where I'm walking now is ideal for them. It's in kind of dappled shade as opposed to being in full shade, although there is a variety called Helebores fetidus. Fetidus simply means smelly. Now the plant itself isn't actually smelly. The smelly part comes from the leaves. If you take a couple of the leaves and crush them, the smell is horrific. That's the only way that I can describe it. If you do it once, you won't volunteer to do it again. That's the kind of thing you do to your country or your city cousins when you bring them to the countryside. Do you want to smell something nice and get them to crush the leaf of a Helebores fetidus and watch them almost vomit? But Helebores themselves will grow in dappled shade, as I say, fetidus in full shade, but they don't like extremes of soil. So they don't like it too wet, they don't like it too dry, and that's the kind of conditions really you'll get on the edge of, if you have a thicket of trees, or if you're underplanting trees with them. That's the kind of conditions that you will get. They originate in the Balkans for the most part, as I say, 20 species of them roughly, but there are a couple that come from China and Tibet. Tibetanus is one, obviously from Tibet, and Orientalis means it's Oriental or Chinese or Japanese, but usually Chinese. So, but other than that, the bulk of them come from the Balkans. Now, one thing to watch out for hellebores is that they are poisonous. The plant family is the Ranunculaceae family, which is the buttercup family, which in their own right there are some lovely plants in it, like clematis, the climber, is in the Ranunculaceae family. I mean, you don't associate hellebores with clematis, but they are the same plant family. But the one that's most dangerous associated with hellebores and in the Ranunculaceae family is Aconitum, or monkshood, which is a beautiful plant, really gorgeous, kind of deep purple. But it's deadly poisonous. It produces ricin, which is one of the most toxic substances known to man. There is a form of ricin in all hellebores and in all parts of all hellebores, but it's much less powerful. It's a variety of it. I don't know what the name of that particular compound is, but it's not as poisonous. But at the same time, you don't want to go eating it. It will upset your stomach. Some people are sensitive to it, to touch, so be careful when you're handling hellebores in your garden. Propagating them is reasonably easy. You can grow them from seed. How successful that is, I suppose, is down to your willingness to look after the seeds, keep them warmed and watered and all the rest of it. But the easiest way for a gardener to propagate them is actually split a mature-ish plant. So plant in your hellebore, let it establish its feet in the ground for a few years, probably 2, maybe even 3 years, and then dig it up, nice root ball, and split the root ball. Simple as that, and share the love amongst your friends. Give them some hellebores. It will reward you with years of flowering. There's no doubt about that. And again, at this time of the year, when you have very, very little else flowering, hellebore can be a bright spark in an otherwise dull or dullish garden. Growing them in pots, not really. Grow them in the ground. They do far better in the ground. There's too much minding of them if they're in pots. But I suppose if you know the way of growing them, then stick them into a pot. Stick them into a pot, and you probably will. They will grow for a while, but you won't get the same display from them at all. So your hellebores are now, they'll be for sale in the garden centres. I've seen lots of them there. So go to the garden centres, go to the people that know what they're talking about. I know there are lots of places selling plants, but if you really want the best varieties and the best quality of plants, then your garden, if you have somebody whose main business is selling building products and they have a few plants thrown in, whereas a garden centre is set up completely differently. So go to the experts, and they will give you the best available evidence, and their prices are no different really of plants. So you'll still get good quality. You can plant them now. You can plant them almost at any time of the year, to be fair. But planting them now, you'll have a good quality plant from the garden centre. And as the soils are warming up, you'll have a good warm soil to encourage root, to encourage your plant to grow, to give you more fun next winter when they come up and flower just in time for Lent. That's it for this week. That's the Contrary Future. I'm Jim, and I'll talk to you at the next plant. Take care.